Hello and welcome. I'm Jessica Kirschner. Thank you so much for joining me. In this video, I guide you through a balanced asana sequence. So for those of you who may be familiar with Sharon Gannon's Magic 10, this series is inspired by hers. So this set of poses can be done to warm up your body before a vinyasa class, or maybe, my favorite, is to do it first thing in the morning. So let's go ahead and get started. You don't really need too much, maybe a yoga mat if you have a carpeted floor, or maybe just grab a blanket to place under your knees. But we're gonna start in child's pose. So your big toes are gonna come together. It's up to you whether your knees go wide on your mat or they stay close. And maybe that's something you play with. And you're just gonna reach your hands out in front of you. The crown of your head, your forehead's gonna reach towards the earth. Draw your belly in. And just kind of sink into this pose. So you're letting your forehead reach towards the floor. And I like to stay here for a few rounds of breath. Breathing in and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and rise up to a tabletop position. So our shoulders are going to be stacked over our wrists. We're going to spread our fingertips really wide, and then our knees are stacked under our hips. Tops of feet are on the ground if that feels okay, but if this is more comfortable, totally fine. And then we're just gonna do some cat and cows to warm up our spine. So this is my favorite thing. If there's one thing I do every morning, it's cat and cow. So as you inhale, you're gonna drop your belly, gaze up, and exhale, round spine, tuck chin to chest. Inhale, drop belly. And exhale, round spine. Press those shoulder blades towards the sky. And you're just gonna come back to a neutral spine. Make sure your fingers are spread really wide. And then from here, you're gonna take your right foot out, parallel to the earth. And then as you exhale, you're gonna curl your knee into your forehead. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale, open up. And exhale, release down. Switch to the other side. Find your balance. You're pushing up and out through the palms of your hands. And then as you exhale, curl it in. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, extend long. And exhale, release down. So for some modifications for this one, if you're looking for a little bit more of a challenge, you can extend your back leg, and then you're gonna have your opposite arm reach out. And then as you exhale, you're just gonna curl both of them in. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, release down. And then you do that to the other side. So inhale, open, opposite arm, opposite foot. And then exhale, curl it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale, release down. And then for a third modification, you can always curl your back toes under, lift your knees. Coming into your down dog, So you could take your right leg up, and then as you exhale, you can curl it into your forehead. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl. And then you can switch to the other side. And you can just play here, whatever you'd like to do. And maybe you take it out to your elbow and then take it up. So again, just a few different modifications. Your practice, your choice. So then, if you're already in down dog, you can just stay there. But if you're coming from your tabletop, you're gonna curl your toes under, lift your knees, extend your legs. Coming into your down dog, your hands are gonna be shoulder width apart. Your feet are hip width apart. You're spreading your fingers really wide, pressing into the palms of your hands. You're pulling your shoulders back. And then you're taking your heels towards the floor. So it's okay if your heels don't touch, mine don't. Everybody's body is a little different, so don't get caught up in the aesthetic. And then you're just gonna hang out here. Maybe you play, especially first thing in the morning. I love doing down dog. My back is so stiff, so I just kind of bend one knee and then the other. I even play with bringing my feet together and then just pressing back. Oh yeah, I can feel it through the backs of my legs, my lower back. And maybe you even play with lifting one foot, bending it, stacking your hips, opening up, and then releasing it down. And exhale, release down. Beautiful. So we're just playing here. And then from here, I take your right foot to the top of your mat. You're gonna place it on the floor. So you're gonna be in this low runner's lunge. So two options here. You can always drop your back knee and uncurl your toes. Inhale to your crescent lunge. You want your front knee stacked over your ankle. And then we're working to lower our shoulders away from our ears. Exhale, release down. Curl back toes under. Lift and step back. Inhale. Left foot. Release your back knee down. Uncurl toes. Inhale. And then step back. Or if you're looking for a little bit more of a challenge, maybe you lift your right foot, take it to the front. Again, you can always help your foot forward. And then you're gonna inhale, slowly rise up, whoop, as I lose my balance. So you're pressing in to this front foot. Your shoulders are down. Your gaze is slightly up. And then exhale, release down, step back. You can inhale your left, exhale, send it through to the top of your mat. And then inhale, rise. Shoulders are down, front knee is stacked, and then you're pressing through the back of your heel. Exhale, release down. And you can step back to down dog. Or again, you can always release down back into your child's pose. So we're gonna lift up and then just find your way to the top of your mat. We're gonna take a forward fold next. So your feet can be together, or you might have them hip width apart. I personally prefer hip width apart. Inhale and exhale, swan dive over.
You can grab opposite elbows to ragdoll. Your belly is drawing in. The crown of your head is hanging heavy. And just finding some breaths here. Maybe you sway from left and right. Maybe you shake your head. And then maybe you just release your arms. If you want to make this more of an active pose, we're actually going to work to draw our shoulders back. So hopefully you can see that. We're just drawing them back. And then whenever you're ready, you're just going to slowly roll one vertebrae all the way up. Head is last. Roll those shoulders down and back. And then we're going to find Tadasana at the top of your mat. So mountain pose. So your feet are going to be hip width apart. Lift all 10 toes off the earth and then feel the four corners of your feet. Spread your toes wide and then just let them fall to the earth. You don't need to grip the floor or your mat. You're going to imagine that there's a string pulling you from the crown of your head up. Shoulders roll down and back. Your belly button draws in. Take a deep inhale and let it go. So just taking a few breaths here, coming into this present moment. I like doing this in my bathroom as I wake up in the morning and just stand with the cold floor underneath my toes. It just lets me come into the day. Inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers, your pointing fingers up. Your feet can come together. Shoulders are drawn down, tailbones tucked. And then as you exhale, you're going to lean over to the right side. Your gaze is up towards that left upper arm, your crescent moon. Inhale, center. Exhale, lean over to the left. Inhale, center. And then exhale, lean back over to the right. This time, allow your hips to shift over to the right or over to the left side. Again, try to work to open this side body. Kind of gaze up. You can always drop your right arm. Just finding what feels good. And then as you inhale, lift up all the way. And then exhale, lean over to the left, hips shift to the right. Again, option to drop that left arm down. Inhale all the way back up. And another option for this, which I actually love and have been practicing recently, is so you're going to take your right foot, you're going to take it back, slightly behind you, and then you're going to lean over to the left. Oh yeah. Just a little bit of a modification. Again, you're lifting your heart. Inhale, center. And then exhale, step that left foot back, lean to the right. Inhale, center. And then exhale, hands down. So we're going to start at the top of your mat. And then we're going to take a big step back with your right foot. Coming in to a warrior two. You're going to straighten your front leg. You can actually heel toe your back foot in a little bit, but you want your front heel aligned with the back arch of your foot. Your knee, your front knee is straight. You're gonna reach as far as you can. And then as you exhale, you're gonna take your left hand down, right hand reaches towards the sky. So your choice, you can gaze to your hand. If that hurts your neck, don't worry about it. Just gaze forward, or you can always gaze down. But we're really opening our chest and working to stack our shoulders. So you notice that my body is not tilting forward. We want to lift it open, and so maybe you walk your hand up your shin to stack your shoulders. If you have a block, you can always use your block, bringing it to the outside of your foot. You're gonna bend your front knee, inhale back to your warrior two, and then exhale, release down. You can step forward, shake it out. And then we're gonna take a big step back with our left foot. We're gonna do that on the other side. So again, you want your heel aligned with the back arch. Inhale, arms. Straighten front knee. Reach as far as you can, and when you can't reach any further, you're gonna take that front arm down, back arm's going to reach towards the sky. So again, open side body and chest. Again, we don't particularly wanna be like this. We wanna be open, so maybe it looks like this for you, and your hand is higher, or maybe it's on that block. You can gaze up, or forward. Just holding it here. One more round of breath. Bend front knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release your hands down. Good, and you can step to the top of your mat. You can shake your feet out. For our next pose, you're gonna take your feet about the width of your mat. Your heels are gonna be at about a 45-degree angle. You can inhale your arms up. And then as you exhale, you're gonna slowly bend your knees, coming into your center. So we're coming into our Yogi Squat. So this is gonna look a little bit different for everybody. So maybe your Yogi Squat is here, maybe it's here, maybe it's all the way down. But when you get down, you might have to adjust your feet. Your hands are gonna come to the center of your chest, press those palms together, and then you're pressing your elbow into the inside of your knee. We're gonna try to lift our chest and our head, making sure that we're breathing. I'm gonna show you this on the other side. So again, your feet are about hip width apart. If you have longer legs, it might even be wider. Arms raised. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, take them down. If your heels begin to rise, that's totally okay. You can actually take a blanket and place them under your heels. But again, you're taking your elbows, palms are together, take those elbows, press them in. So even if you're here, we want to look up, have a nice smile. This pose is a really great pose to open your hips. It's not everyone's favorite, but it gets easier with time. And then to get out of this, we're just going to drop our hands to the earth, lean a little forward, and then slowly lift our tailbone towards the sky. You can heel toe. Forward fold. And then maybe you just bend your knees and then come to a seat. And for our last pose, we're gonna have our feet stretched out in front of us. If you have a lot of tension or tightness in your hamstrings or your lower back, I highly recommend having a blanket or a towel that you can place slightly under your tailbone just to give you a little bit of a lift. And it's gonna kind of rock your hips forward so you can get a little bit more movement. So you're gonna sit up really tall, flex both feet. Inhale, arms up. Drop your shoulder blades down. And then as you exhale, hinge forward. Your hands can come to your thighs, your shins, or maybe they touch your feet. But we're working to get our stomach to the tops of our thighs. Your chest can be lifted. Just be really gentle with forward folds. We don't want to force ourselves or yank ourselves into anything that doesn't feel good. That's what causes injuries. You can take a deep inhale, and then as you exhale, you can round your spine. Crown of head can follow. Just take 2 more breaths here. And then slowly rise. Maybe shake your legs out. And there you go. That is a nice balanced sequence. Again, you can do it in the morning. You can practice these poses maybe even before you go into a vinyasa class or another asana class. They take whatever modifications that you would like. Please let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you think about these poses, or if you have any other favorites that you would add. I would love to hear it. Thank you so much.